Hi, my name is Arunima Sinha, and I'm an author, speaker, spiritual healer, and coach. Today, we are going to dive deep into understanding angels and my little spiritual awakening story with the twin flame story as well. So, hi, welcome back. Today, we are going to talk about angels. So, who are these angels that I'm talking about? As the word angels, is very, very common. You already understand who are angels. Angels are divine messengers, and it is their duty and job given to them by God to be able to help human beings. And I'm sure at this point of time, some people really want to get rid of the video and say, oh my God, what nonsense is she saying? She thinks angels exist. I'm an advanced angel healer, and I've made many advanced angel healers. And even before I tell you, let me tell you this, the more interesting part, I'm sure some of you are here for that, is my little spiritual awakening journey. So, kind of 5 years ago, when I, shifted my life story and I decided to live my life with my children according to my own ways. Um, Obviously, what life first presented was a set of challenges, right? A set of challenges to which I did not give up. I kept walking through it, kept walking through it. And for 1 year, I did not much think over it. And then there came a time period which I think was a spiritual awakening of many people, right? The COVID time, right? So at the time of COVID, when everyone was like, frankly speaking, everyone was locked up inside their houses, that was also the time when my spiritual awakening actually started. That was the time I started asking myself, why did all these things happen with me that happened? Where did I go wrong? I was the kind of daughter that, I'm sure people pray for. And I never disrespected anyone. I always agreed to all the elders and I respected the elders. And I did very good in my academics. I was a college leader, published in the newspapers. And even if I was a little arrogant, definitely it did not have to have, this huge an outcome. And at that point of time, when I started asking all these questions, I was driven to past life regression, which I could not explore much. Even though today I am a past life regression therapist, every Sunday I'm doing free sessions. If you're interested, please do let me know. I'm doing free sessions for women, um, understand their relationship blocks through past life regression. And I was driven to, all these time travel movies and books, to retro causality, to Mandela effect, to butterfly effect, to whatnot. I read so much of quantum physics. I had no idea that only 3, 4 years from now, I would be actually in a position to talk about these things, to teach all these things, because experientially I would know what is quantum leap and quantum jumping. But at that point of time, I was like, I was in an angry state. Why, God? Why me? What had I done wrong? I have followed all the rules on the planet. Least knowing that following all the rules on the planet was one of the reasons why I was there. And so when I started asking all these questions, then there came this term called law of attraction. I was introduced this term by one of my colleagues, and she said that there's something called law of attraction, and whatever you have faith in will happen. Then I thought that cannot be true because, I have dreamt about so many things. And like, let's say, dreaming about having your own house or having your own car or dreaming about a certain person, specific person. I was not able to manifest any of these things. So I thought, oh, no, it doesn't work. But even my astrological chart shows, I'm into astrology as well now, shows that I'm into occultism big time. And that, I think, was the time when it all opened up for me. So I got into law of attraction. I subscribed to many channels. I read all the secret series and stuff like that, and I was doing all these meditations. And I started manifesting little things which I did not understand at that point of time. Funniest part of it was I had no clues that I've started manifesting things. Conscious manifestation. So law of attraction is that the kind of emotion that you're going to have, you will have your reality according to that. So if you're like a person who believes that all bad things are going to happen in my life, oh my God, I'm the jinxed one. your life will continue to be the jinxed one kind of a life only. If you believe that I'm very lucky and I'm blessed, then you will get more opportunities of being blessed. That's something that I've like realized personally. So at that point of time, I was doing all these things and I got into meditation indirectly, which I always thought I was not capable of doing. Like this is 4 years ago. However, I was singing, and singing was meditation to me. And that was also the point of time when I wanted to lose a lot of weight because my thyroid was going up, and so the fact that I started doing meditations, and then I started watching angel numbers. Angel numbers came with two things in my life. I started watching double four everywhere. I would pick up the, you know, what do you call it, the mobile phone. I would say, okay, 7:44, 8:44, 9:44, 44% charge in the battery. And I started getting very scared. To be like really honest, I was very scared. I thought, my God, I've been taken up by the devils, is it? Because why am I seeing the same number? Is someone watching me? What is happening with me? I was just like you at that point of time. I had no knowledge of the angels. This coincided, and let me tell you, the word coincide itself says that there's a reason why all these things came together with two more things. One, that my parents were, my parents, my elder sisters, the entire family in Delhi, they were all COVID positive. My parents are not in 50s, they are in 70s. So that was a point of time I had actually like learned a lot about law of attraction by that time. So I realized that I don't have to think negative. I should not manifest. So that was the point of time, and I understood that I can control my mind. Oh, my mind can be controlled by me. So it's not like negative thinking can be stopped. Okay. So double four appeared at that point of time when I started controlling my mind, and it was also the time when I connected with my twin flame. Yeah. So, and frankly speaking, I do not know where my twin flame is, in which part of the world is he right now. And I'm sure some of you are like really chuckling and waiting for the quote unquote interesting story. The world, the market has highly misguided everyone about twin flames. Twin flames are not always romantic couples. Please let me tell you that. Twin flames are the manifestations of the same soul. Okay, and you meet with your twin flame at a point of time when you are going lowest. Okay, the twin flame comes to you obviously after the soul matures to a certain extent, and the twin flame comes to like as a mirror to show you, dude, you're going wrong, and see, please look at yourself, you are this. Because my twin flame also said multiple good things about me, and then I realized, oh really, oh yes, some at some point of time I thought like that about me. So it was like reminding me of my own powers. And obviously it's been years, I have not even met him, not talked to him, no conversations. So if anyone tells you that twin flames are meant to be, romantic couples and they're meant to get married, all those things, please, there is no compulsion like that. You may want to get married to your twin flame, that's a separate thing. But and that's one reason that brought me close to past life regressions, and I wanted to know more about twin flames and all these regressions that I'm doing. I'm really wanting to dive in deeper to understand the concept of twin flames. And of course I've read a lot of books, but it will take some time for me to research and get back to you in form of a book and perhaps a video or an elaborate video. Why twin flames? So definitely they are the masculine and the feminine energies, and I was the feminine energy. I am the feminine energy because feminine energy is supposed to be very creative and intuitive. So I am that. That's what I've realized. But frankly, after doing his work, he went. Like, after the divine masculine is supposed to be awakening the divine feminine, and it works out differently in many people's lives. So in my life, it worked out as he left. And my spiritual awakening had already started before him, and it got multiplied, like it was manifold after I met him. And and then let me tell you, all the kind of things that started happening after double four. I found out this message by one of the angel healers. Are you also watching repeated numbers? Then attend this particular webinar. I attended the webinar. I underwent all the meditations, and I started understanding that, oh my God, I started feeling my I started listening to my heartbeat. And after that, I started having spirit animal visits. Spirit animal visits, there are animals who come with a message for you. Okay. Then I got my first mentor, like one to one mentor. Okay. My spiritual mentor. And it was also the time that, I also wrote my first book, Divine Feminine, which came out as the second book. Was actually my first book, which I wrote only in 6 hours. Yes, 6 hours. I lost 15 kg weight. There's more to come. So, and like, tremendously, I think it in astrology, if you say it, it's something like, the Mars energy started showing inside me. Like, I uh, was bubbling with so much of energy, and the fighter spirit came back into me. This was with the advent of the angels, frankly. And I would do angel healing every day. And with my spiritual mentor, she taught me how to do chakra beach mantra meditation. I was doing a lot of Zumba, I was walking a lot. And suddenly, like in a matter of 3 months, I started looking at least 10 years younger to my, than my age, what I actually used to look like. And all kinds of things happened. This is, in reality, in totality, it's my divine love story with angels. And I realized that there's something called angels. They are really there, you know. And many times it so happens for people that, when you don't have any other door to knock, then this door opens up. Obviously, I had a lot of doors to knock. My parents were there, my, elder sisters, my friends were all so much in love with me. But that was the time of COVID. And COVID was the time when you actually realize that where is your real family, because we were all locked up with our families. My parents separate, my elder sisters in separate houses, I with my kids in separate house. COVID clarified to us which one is your real family. So even though they really loved me, but they had to be at such a distance that they could not. And also, let me tell you one thing, that spiritual awakening will get you into, becoming solitary. You'll have to be alone in that time. It may be a twin flame awakening, it may be, a plain spiritual awakening. You'll have to be alone at that point of time. And that was the time when I started realizing that I really want to get back to speaking. I really want to get back to writing. And I started doing all those things. And I was singing, and my voice was like proving to be more and more calm and peaceful, soothing, melodious. All these things started happening with me. It was like really a magical time. And more and more magic kept happening. I worked on my chakras. That was the time my Kundalini awakening happened. And guess what? My spiritual mentor had no clues about what is Kundalini awakening, or if at all, like it would happen to me. Like, you look at a girl who's speaking, like at a woman who's speaking in English all the time. Kundalini awakening will happen to her. We tend to have these biases and judgments that Kundalini awakening will happen only to sadhus who have left the entire household. Who knows what was I in the past lifetime? I know, because I'm a past life regression therapist. So, the Kundalini awakening, let me please tell you, do not ever invite it, because it will first of all happen at its own time. Do not try to force it on yourself, because even though I was doing all the practices, it was a very scary phase, because there would be points of time when I would feel that there are actually literally snakes running on my back. And even right now, when I'm remembering, I have goosebumps, because that was the first time I, underwent all those things. And it happened much later that, I got used to these things, and I was always doing the yogic practices, pranayam and stuff. So I could keep it in track, frankly. So, and I would spin, like I'm sitting, and I would spin throughout in the body. And when I told my spiritual mentor, she had no idea about it. Frankly, there are many spiritual mentors who have no knowledge about, they are just teaching. Like, there are many English teachers who speak wrong English. So there are many spiritual mentors also who just know in what do you say, they know the literature of it, they have no experiential knowledge, they are not awakened people. So when my awakening happened, I was not even properly knowing that I'm being awakened. And then came with it Reiki. And when Reiki happened, I started seeing things like, my psychic powers went overboard, to the fact that, I would sit in one place, and if someone is remembering me, I would be able to understand that they are in pain, or they are missing me. Things like that started happening. I also had out of body experience, which was quite scary to say the least. And yes, I got guidance, like in dream, and in many ways I got guidance to be able to do it consciously, do astral projections consciously. And in a month or so, I'm definitely going to share some content about astral projection. But I did not take that much ahead, because I was very scared. If you are standing out of your body and you are looking at yourself, frankly, that's not a very happy picture to see. Okay, the first time you'll be very scared. TEDx happened. Okay, and when TEDx happened, then I could see that it's like, it's getting balanced in the spiritual realm. If I'm going up, I'm like opening up. It's also in the worldly. That was also the time I was doing this throat chakra meditation. I told you, I'll tell you, like, these two mantras, Om Mani Padme Hum and Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, chanting both these mantras together, like, really gets you becoming a bold speaker. Apart from that, obviously, chakra beach mantra meditations of all the chakras, the seven chakras I was doing. That was also the time I went to my boss and said that I need a promotion because I'm doing too much work for the school. And he said no. So at that point of time, I felt very happy about the fact that I could speak up, because I was not a person who was speaking up a lot. And today I feel very happy about the fact that he did not give me promotion, because if he would have given me promotion, I would have been caught into the worldly affairs and I would not have been recording this video out here and not been writing books and not been at TED and TEDx and all those things. It's only the detachment from the normal worldly affair that got me into that, on that path. So all kind of magical things started happening, and I started doing a lot of courses. I started reading books, like, so I managed to create two full cupboards of books in only 1.5 years or 2 years, I'd say. I read so many books overnight. I would finish 3 4 books on Kindle. So this, because people have been asking, how did you do that, Arunima? So I want them to understand there's something like a spiritual awakening when you realize I am not just a human being. This body is not me. This body is mine. It has been given to me to be able to stay inside it and to be able to perform my karma, what I've come to do here. Okay. So all these things happened, and then every year, every 6 months, things went overboard. Okay, things went overboard, and then I changed cities, and then I went on to, you know um, I was guided to actually mentor people, and especially women. So when I started mentoring women, I found an altogether new energy inside me. Some of these women said that, Arunima, I was watching 1111 for a long time, like long time in the sense, uh, before meeting you or before watching, like listening to one of your podcasts, I had started watching 1111. So like people are saying that I came to their life as a messenger. And do you think that there's anything more powerful than, being able to serve God's purpose? Like there is nothing better than doing that. And when my first batch of advanced angel healers, like, learned and went ahead to be practicing it, they were reading cards and they were giving excellent explanations and understandings, and I felt so happy. One of my, uh, obviously some of them call me angel and some of them call me guruma. Obviously I don't really want to be called guruma. Please let me be Arunima Sinha and be happy in this. One of these ladies managed to manifest 50 lakh rupees as a heritage, like as a, inherited property, when we were doing the abundance session, as a part of the advanced angel healing. That made me, that like really, put the icing on the cake, and like I was so happy that, oh my god, it's not only that I'm contributing to myself, but I'm also able to contribute to others' lives. All this, all throughout, I realized I'm not alone ever. Like the world looks at me, what do you do alone in your house? I have two kids, for heaven's sake, in the first place. And then I have these energies called angels around me. I watch numbers on what to do, what not to do. If I'm asked for, a difficult conversation, there have been very many difficult things also side by side, which were always supported by the angels. I remember in one of the situations, I was in a very, um, 2 years ago when I was in Dehradun. I would not really want to get into the nitty gritties of it, but there was a situation I was very unsafe, and it was like for half an hour. In that half an hour's unsafe situation, I managed to see triple force so many times. And the angels tried to tell me that you are safe, we are here, nothing is going to happen. And I hope I don't start crying, because there have been moments when, they say that जब आपका कोई नहीं होता है तो भगवान होता है. Let me tell you that you really should surrender to God. God will send you the angels to help you in any which way. And there have been occasions when I was called for a difficult kind of a conversation. Till date, when I go for conversations, I say, Archangel Michael, it's up to you. And when I went for the TED speech, you know, I was about to step up on, because I was the next speaker and they were putting all the microphone and stuff like that. And I was telling Archangel Michael, it's going to be you. And I don't know, the moment I said that, like some kind of energy envelops me, and I feel so warm. And I realized that I was more nervous at TEDx than TED. Okay, and so so what if you want to think that she is supported by the angels? Yes, we are all supported by the angels. The angels. So let me come back to the entire story with the support of angels and Vipassana and all these things that have happened. My angels have been there with me all throughout. And I am that lucky because I understood. I was the one who actually, responded to it very quickly. So let me come back to, you are not alone. You have angels. We all have angels. We all have one guardian angel, and there are many angels always around you. There are many spirit guides. There are ancestral beings, your ancestors, your loved ones on the other side as energy form. You have, you know, um, ascended masters, and you have archangels. All these people are always around you. What you need to do is you just need to ask, please help me. And you don't need to ask me, let's see. Oh my god, these people I can't see. Frankly, these two eyes are limited eyes. You cannot see many things. But we have extra sensory perception, all of us. If I today tell you that my third eye is activated and I can understand what the other person is about to say or what is the intention of the other person, some people will be scared to know that. But let me tell you, all of us have that faculty. The only reason why I can understand all these things and use these things is because I meditated and I went into healing. All of us have all these faculties, frankly, and we can all make the best use of it. And with the angels, if I tell you, um, how do you connect with the angels? There are frankly many meditations on my YouTube. You can always go and get in touch with them. You can also come and do some courses with me. Most welcome. And angel card reading. There are so many ways. And once you get connected to the angels, or once the angels are trying to connect to you, how would you understand? You may see repeated numbers. You may see synchronicities. You think of someone and you see that person in front of you. Or you may see some feathers, and people laugh at this. Oh, this is just a bird feather. But right at the moment when I was feeling nervous, then I see the bird feather. Let me tell you, I've also seen bird feathers in places people do not expect. I've seen it inside the locker. Who would keep the bird feathers inside the locker? I find coins. So there are a number of ways that the angels are. You ask a question and then the answer is given in one of the videos in the YouTube, or in one of the songs that you're going to listen to next. And there are many such coincidences which keep happening. The universe is always talking to you. The angels are always surrounding you. They're just waiting for you to say, "I allow you to help me." That's it for today. If you have any questions regarding angel healing or how to connect with the angels, I will be more than happy to answer those questions. Uh, Please do subscribe to my channel, like the video, share the video if you found value in it. Signing off, Arunima. Thank you so much.